Good evening, everybody. It's your girl, Meg. This is Freedom for All. I'm an investigative reporter, police brutality specialist, police misconduct. Thank you for joining me tonight. I am with my co-host, John Tell. Thank you for joining me. And Sino, thank you so much. What's up, guys? How you doing tonight?
Greetings and good vibes, everybody. Greetings and good vibes. Doing all right. Thank you for having me. As usual, this is John Tell. You already know what it is. Let's go.
Meg, this is Sino. Thank you. I appreciate you. And as always, the devil's advocate. I'm here with it and here for it.
Yes, let's jump right into it. Earlier this evening, Sino had the opportunity to meet Jaheim Mcmillan's mother, the 15-year-old that was shot and killed in Gulfport, Mississippi, by a police officer, Watson, who we are demanding an indictment on charges for. Jaheim's life mattered. His legacy matters. And today's just been a day of remembrance. And it's very disheartening, the world that we live in. But we are coming to this platform with solutions on how to fix things and get justice for these families.
That's right.
It's, Meg, I don't know if you jumping right into it, but I will. It's hard to hear us holler about justice for these families. It's hard.
Right.
It's hard because we recognize the obstacles that we are up against. Talking to that family, Meg, just touched me.
Right.
It did something to me. Like, I got George Floyd vibes. Like,
right.
It just brought me back. And I'll admit, at that time when George Floyd was going on, when George Floyd hit, it was I was dealing with Breonna Taylor. I was dealing with family issues. And when that happened, it just threw me for a curve. It had me ready to fight for my family. And talking to this young man out there standing 10 toes down, Marquel, sincerely, he's standing. And to hear that woman and see that family just have to be in disguise like that, it just touched me in a different way. I mean, I'm sorry, right. I didn't mean to throw it off, but it did.
And that's an amazing standpoint as well. Is back in February, I started doing work with police officer involved shooting families, and never did I realize in a million years that they would have impacted me more than the resources that I could. Like, they changed my life. They changed my perspective. They changed my fight. They changed my passion, because I didn't know they weren't offered any support. I had no idea. Yeah. And whenever you hear this, I just dealt with Pennsylvania for a long time until, it outreached. But it's all the same stories of mental health and, like these officers just going out and blazing glory. And at the end of the day, if we shot somebody, we would be held accountable. We would be in jail for a long time.
And that's the thing, Meg, when that type of thing goes on, when those type of things happen out here in the public, they desensitize it. They make it seem like it's not nothing.
Right. And the mainstream media paints a picture as if, these kids are criminals, and there is still no justification or, for the causation of why they killed them.
Listen, if there was I've spoke on it before. Again, if there was something to happen in the community where there's violence against two people of the same race, it would be plastered all over.
Right.
Everywhere. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes down to us seeking justice for these families and finding out what happened, why does it take so long? I can review my cameras in a matter of minutes.
Right. Everybody can. It's how much they want to. And the longer the wait,
they play off the fact of how we're reacting. They sit back and they wait. We have this footage. If we release this footage, what will happen?
They're gonna burn it down.
Okay, so now let's hold this footage and hopefully we can wait them out. This family's not getting that support. Okay, they got Ben Crump. We'll give them money. That's all that's about. Fine.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the people? What about this store that condoned that? What about these people that took him off in an ambulance, a paramedic with a breathing machine?
Right.
And he was already deceased. I'm sorry for the family. I didn't mean to speak on it.
Handcuffed.
He was handcuffed. We have video footage of this.
Just like Jalen.
Just right. Just like Muhammad. Just like what was the other boy's name? Donovan Lewis. Just like, there's all of these names that are in this bucket now of, being not only victimized, but it's a human rights violation to the max civil rights violation.
No, listen, I find it the ultimate dog whistle-ish type of behavior when you have to justify that you feared for your life by handcuffing a dead body.
Talk about it. 100%. Where is that in their practices, protocols? Okay. Do they fear for their life at that moment? The person is on the ground, deceased. They get and go, just like they did with George Floyd. It's called get and go. They leave the scene of the incident to not cause a community reaction.
Exactly. Listen, these people, they go to school, they learn this stuff. They're taught this stuff. While we sit back and investigate what they're doing, they're moving forward. They're already a step ahead of us.
Right.
And the reason why they win with a step ahead of us, because there is not enough of us. That is the point of having independent media. So we can speak these terms. We can talk about this freely and get the people that stand up for this. Because a lot of poor people are willing to stand with us. But most of our people are advocates. They go to mainstream and they ask for money. So it excludes a lot of us. It cuts us out. So now the people is not involved anymore. And that's what the government, they want that. They expect that. They see that.
Exactly.
They see us coming.
And then you have news desert like Mississippi, who is still so behind as far as,
Mississippi is still a slave state.
Right.
If you go to jail, it's legalized slavery. What are you talking about, Meg?
Right.
That's legalized slavery in Mississippi.
And that's what we consider a news desert. So
are they open carry?
I guarantee you.
I'm asking you.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I can't say clearly.
Well, they gotta be.
Got me curious.
When we're finding kids coming up missing, and it's just that's the whole point, Meg. We're unknown.
Right.
We need the independent media to put us out here. We need a platform to talk for people that in Mississippi. Oh, my son died. They're gonna call it black on black crime. When all our actuality, a month later, we're gonna find him in the back of a fucking field somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna find out that he reached out to the police before he got found in that field.
Yep. And then we're gonna find out that the property owner is linked to the police.
The people need a platform to talk on.
Right. And that is why we're here.
Meg, me and you can sit here and toot horns and holler all fucking day long.
Right.
That's just me and you. We can reach out to your connections. We can have these legal standings like you own. And what is that going to do? There's not enough of us. We don't have a place where we can reach out and talk. That's our problem. That's what we lack.
And that is why we're here to, give people that have been directly impacted and traumatized and, been through so many trials. We're here to make those trials triumph and to make their, family members, their legacy remembered of who they truly was and what they stood for and the love and, what they gave their family, what they meant to their family. That's our goal, is one mic, one voice.
That's right.
I'm raising kids, Meg.
Right.
Do you understand how it feels out here to see them continue to do these things to kids? There's a young man in Minnesota that lost his child to gun violence.
Right.
I believe he didn't lose his child to gun violence. He's a political prisoner.
Right.
Talk about
he lost his child because of what he stands for.
Talk about it.
And that's what,
he lost his child because of that.
Right.
There are sacrifices and risks that we must take in this game.
Right.
And it's a game to them. To us, it's life. And they expect us to be distracted. And I say that to be saying in closing, Meg, and I want to hear you, but we need to stand up. These people don't see us. They hear Afghanistan, Iraq. You know when they hear them? When they're ready to go to war.
Right.
When they ready, and war don't mean going to bomb nobody or do nothing. That means standing up for yourself, standing up for your people.
Right.
That's war against the United States. When you stand up, that's war.
Right.
Yep.
And we are in war every single time that, you know,
We're not in war. We're raging war right now.
We're raging war. You're 100%.
We're gonna rage war right now because we deserve life. And if what we gotta do is go against you and risk our life, well, fuck it. Here's a young man right here ready. And I got plenty of people on my side. I actually reached out to a fucking insurance agency, so our kids are straight.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to risk for our people.
Right.
We've had ancestors that died for us, you guys. Do we not understand what's at stake here? Black, white, orange. I have white people willing to do the same. Why? Because I didn't segregate them. I didn't say, oh, white people, you're only good for this. Or white people that.
Right.
Man, listen, you guys, we need unity. And I'm a little heated. I'm sorry, Meg. This is freedom for all, though. This is an independent media block. We can talk how we want to.
Yes.
And we need this for the people. We need this.
We're tired of asking nicely for justice because that's not getting us anywhere. That's getting us more names. And we're tired of these people that are innocent people and they're in pain.
Another motherfucking name.
Right.
Period.
Right.
There's a young lady in Ohio right now, off subject, but she's done her car. Her car has so many names on it. She's vinyl printed names on her car.
Wow.
And that's just Ohio on her hood. She's added me to her trunk.
Damn. See, and it's not going to stop until we can come together across all lines of diversity and be the bridge.
This is freedom for all.
Right.
This is freedom for all.
And that comes with no exceptions.
I'm sorry. I need to sit back and listen right now. I'm a little emotional. I'd like to listen, you know.
Yes, we stand with you, Sino, and you did such a great job earlier, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I just want our people involved. I think if my voice can get our people involved, even if I have to stay at home, because there's a lot of people feel like I'm acting out of anger right now, and I'm not, but I'm angry because I'm angry, and I have a right to be. I have a right to be because of what happened to me, and what's happening to these families right now. So I have a right to be angry. That don't mean I'm acting on it. I just feel like we need to stand with these families, man.
Exactly.
We need this.
They need our support. Our demands, or their demands, are our demands. We stand in solidarity. We stand in unity. That's what they need. And, you know, just like we talked about on your live, a key thing for us to remember while representing and being good representation of that family is to be conscious and mindful that, you know, we can go down there, we can stay home, but you can still make action, demand action, whether that be through the state attorney general color of law complaint, through any state, Department of Justice, color of law violation.
Meg, I see what you're doing, Meg, but you're right. I don't mean to cut you off, but your knowledge needs to go to this family. And once we disperse it to this family, you will make it public. I just need you to hold on, Meg, please. You're so valuable to these families. You're valuable. And I don't want anybody seeking you out because now we have to protect this family because it's deeper than this.
Right.
So, Meg, you continue to speak. I'm sorry. I don't mean no harm.
No, you're good.
Freedom for all. This is the fucking Leon block. We can talk how we want to talk.
Right.
But we have people to protect. And Meg, your legalities, your smarts, you are valuable. Thank you.
Thank you. We definitely do, Katie. Thank you so much for your comment. We have to be very strategic because we are not just up against, you know, anybody. This is a lot bigger than us, and it is about freedom for all. And it's also about protecting these families and their livelihood.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I wanted to touch bases tonight because it is freedom for all. We are showing up for this family. Okay. I am showing up, and when I show up, obviously, we have a team, and we're gonna show up, and we're gonna depend on the people to assist us in helping the people.
Right.
This is freedom for all. This is the Leon block, man. This is what this platform, I believe, is used for.
Yes.
No good cops in a racist system.
No good cops in a racist system. Yes. When we marched, man, they didn't. No, you ain't sorry. When we marched and we said that, because at one point we had cops marching next to us, but when they heard that, they looked at us different. And when they looked at us different, we knew that those were the cops we were talking to.
Right.
Because how can you only show up to walk us through this town instead of standing with us through this town? Hey, y'all not gonna come to these people. They're walking. They're not burning courthouses. They're walking along a path. The same path you walk when you walk your daughter and dog.
Right.
But we're not allowed to walk that path? Well, fuck
There
you.
is nothing wrong with the non-violent disruptance. When we went to Akron and we saw that there was a whole Michael Jackson festival going on when we're supposed to be all taken to the motherfucking streets and y'all want to party? Okay, well, we're going to crash your party and make sure that you get some awareness about the man that was shot dead, riddled with bullets like Swiss cheese in your own town.
Right.
We gonna make sure you learn and understand. And some people put their fists up with us because they did understand, they weren't aware. And some people wanted to make a mockery out of it and be upset that we were ruining their time. Well, guess what?
Because they don't know no better.
Guess what?
We have to teach them.
Right.
Exactly. We taught y'all that. You learned tonight.
Yeah. We have to teach them that. And that's the humbleness that comes with us while we're protesting, while we're enforcing our rights to freedom to assembly, while we're enforcing our rights to freedom of speech, while we're enforcing our rights to bear arms. We need to let the people know why we're doing it.
Right.
There's people that's against us, you guys, and they're against something that they know nothing of. While we were on that journey to Washington, D.C., there were several people. I got videos that these people, they went against us, and a mile down the road, they were bringing us water and they were hugging sincerely. Like, damn, we see what you're going through. We don't stand for that. We're against Biden, but we're not against what you stand for. And I'm not into the political shit. I didn't mean to say the Biden thing, but that's what they were saying.
But
we're not against Trump, but we're not standing against what you guys stand for.
No, because at the end of the day, it's not about party. It's about policy. It's about person. It's about people. And we need to remember that at the end of the day, we all bleed the same and we all have things, common interest that we need. Shelter, healthcare, water, food. You know, these are things that we
life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what we deserve. We shouldn't have to fight for that. If you're gonna hold me to accountable for breaking laws and not following the Constitution, then you need to enforce the fact that the Constitution gives me the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You can't take that from me.
Right.
You can't. Y'all let him go. Look.
Right. I agree 100%. And you know, your actions by marching, you know, you said within a mile, those people would come back and, you know, help you guys. You were bringing awareness and making them not just turn their head, but bringing them to a whole new level of consciousness. And that's what we're here for, is to arm people with knowledge so they are able to fight back consciously and to fight, you know, mindfully against the powers that be, which is a lot bigger than you and I, or, you know, all of us put together.
That's right.
But when we come together and we use all of that knowledge, that's when we stand strong and united. They don't want us to be united because they see that we are a force to be reckoned with.
People
And you're right,
defeated.
because they don't arm us with that knowledge. They give us ideas that we're supposed to go to school and learn about this and learn about that. But when it comes time for us to fight, I get pulled over for a defective taillight because I don't know the law. This officer is abusing his rights. He want to pull me out of a car. He want to ask for my license. He want to do all this because I lack that knowledge of. I'm a carpenter. How am I supposed to know that?
Right.
And that's what they're doing now. They're abusing the fact that we don't know.
Right.
And they designed it like that. They didn't want us to know. You heard what they said about slaves? You want a nigga to not know something? Put it in a book. They should know how to read. Don't make them read, because then they'll become knowledgeable. But all we're doing is educating them without action. We're telling them where we're staying as far as the people, and we're educating them. So they're building their laws and statutes and all this shit around that.
Right.
We need to fight and stand up. It's demands.
Right.
We want in this office. Take him out. We the people demand this. We put him there. We can take him out.
That's our seat.
Yes.
The sooner the people realize that, and the more vigilant we can be as to who we put in those seats, the better off we'll be.
Yeah, until then, we need not vote. We need not elect these officials.
Me and Uncle Mike have a saying: no tangibles, no vote.
No voters block, no vote. We own a voters block. We own that. We own that. We as a black community own that right away.
Yep.
Now, if we can get this black community to vote 51% our way, then we own it. They're not going to move without us. And it's not a black and white thing, but the black and white vote matter.
It's interesting that you bring this up, because I've been watching a lot of stuff lately on another independent media network that is presumably a lot bigger than ours. However, they don't do things the way that we do, but the information is still fair and true. And I am going to air some pieces from this network that pertains to like the midterms and the recent things that have happened, the way that people like millennials and Gen Zers and younger generations are viewing. They need something. Give me something, or I'm not doing anything for you. This isn't no symbolism vote. I'm not my parents. Do you know what I'm saying? Give me something. And so this is the current discussion. There's like these big panels of them talking about it. And so I think it's pertinent for us to talk for our viewers to watch this as well. So we will be airing that on Find Your Boots very soon. So thank you for that, bringing that little tidbit up there.
Yeah, definitely. Those are the things that need to be talked about. These are the things.
Right.
So these are the things. That's why I feel like it's open for the people. We need to hear the people. If we don't hear the people, what are we responding to?
Right.
What are we doing if we don't hear the people?
Right.
It's become a personal matter then, and that shit don't fit in with this.
100%. And we need to know these people's stories and what they've been through to bring light, spotlight these cities and these towns, and bring out the corruption. Because ideally, in a perfect world, we don't want to think that all cops are bad, but one bad apple can make the whole tree bad.
Church.
And that's something that Matthew Trapani, he's a really good civil attorney here in Pennsylvania, told me, talking to police officer involved shooting directly impacted families.
Man, why wouldn't you think like that? They think like that when they approach an African American male, a black male, a person of color. It's all the same.
Right.
We have no choice but to think like that. Now make me think different.
It's changing the way we think, right?
I'm saying we can't change the way we think, because that's the way that we're living. That's the way that society has made it to be. The second bandwagon is open and ready to jump on, people jump on it. I'll give you a prime example. Jesse Smollett. I think I've said that before. The president vouched for this man. Mm-hmm. We're not going to deal with that hate crime and this and that and that and this. That man admitted that he might have did something wrong.
Right.
And my thing is, we jumped behind it before we knew the facts. To the point where the president jumped behind it. The vice president, the people. You know how many people jumped behind it after the president co-signed it?
Of course. Because of where he sits in his highest position of power.
Point seen, money gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, us as the people, we need to put that same amount of energy into our kids, because they're killing us. They're taking off the next generation. They're not killing the grown. They killed enough of the grown black men. They've made an impact to the point where it scares the black men. It scared the black men to the point where they're submissive now. They're submissive to this thing they call their laws. and we shouldn't be.
Not
They've
all
made
black
us
is
submit
poor.
as a black man. A black man now is submissive. Man, I'm just gonna put my hands up. Man, I'm just gonna put my hands on the steering wheel. Man, I ain't gonna say nothing. Man, I'm just gonna do this. For what?
Exactly. It's very reminiscent of the days when we had to bow our heads and be called.
I would never. I wish a motherfucker would shoot a water hose at me. I wish you would. I wish a motherfucker would tell me I can't drink out this water fountain. Where I'm from, we say put blood in your mouth. When you disrespect a man on our terms and where I'm from, we put blood in your mouth. That's not a violent thing. That's showing my level and where I stand. Brother, you're not going to do this with me.
Right.
And that same level of respect, that same level of the American way, because they fight for war and they go take what they want, right? We should have that right here on our soil. And until we establish that as the people, we won't get nowhere. People are going to continue to do this. This ain't going to change. Go get a bunch of college boys, put masks on them, and protect them with the local police. They can shoot out grids. They can come and protest some people that feel like they should have rights too, regardless of their gender.
Right.
Man, don't start with me, you guys. Don't start, because I'm angry now. I'm angry.
Yeah. And we gotta
angry. And I'll speak on all levels. And people think I should just be speaking on Sino and his level and what you're going through. No, there's different levels to this shit.
Right.
And all those levels led to me having the unjust in what I'm going through. And as long as we sit by and stand still, there's plenty other families, young black men, white men too, that are going to go through this. There's families that are going to be impacted.
Right.
So what the fuck we going to do? Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
Right. And
part my strength, part my anger, part my energy, but this is needed for me.
Right. No, you got to let it out, brother, because we have to talk, anger and frustration into power and use it, and turn it in such a good way that it can help. If your anger and frustration can save and help one person, there it is.
So I need the people to understand that my anger is for the people. It's to assist the people. It's not making rash and crazy decisions. Right. It's the fact that I'm willing to stand up for us.
Right. And because here tonight we've seen, this mother of a very young child, 15 years old.
Had to disguise herself, man.
Right, to protect herself. In a city full of racist cops.
Where are my people? This woman is crying out for help just for her life so she can speak. Where are my people?
Right.
I'll bring a camera. I'll bring independent media. Where are my people?
Right.
Where are we at for this family, man?
We're at whatever they need. Physically, emotionally, financially.
What they need. Where are we at? Where are we at? I don't see nobody standing up because nobody's there. They heard Ben Crump was there. They heard this person was there and that person was there. Where y'all at?
Right.
Hey, stay out of our way.
And how would we want it to be if this was our child? What would we want done? I would want the laws to
appreciate
work.
y'all for having me, man. I love this conversation. I love this. We need to reach the masses, and they need to hear us.
Yes.
100% agreed. And they're going to.
Hear the people. We are the people. We stand as the people. I stand as the people.
Right.
And the people need to be heard. And until we're heard, we won't get no justice. They won't get no peace.
Right. And to be the change, we must be the change. To get change, we must be the change. Because just crazy. Like you said, I don't see anybody else doing it.
You know what else is outstanding? Is the fact that you're looking at it from another standpoint. I mean, everybody will be obvious to point out that you're a white woman standing for change. Right. But we don't need to focus the change on just black people. It's change. When we make change, it'll happen amongst all of us.
Exactly.
It'll happen amongst all of us. Stop making it a race thing. And that's the big thing. They'll continue to put the race thing out.
Right.
As long as we see that, there'll be no change.
And
No.
that's coming
Yeah,
together.
black people are being killed. Black people are in poverty. But when we recognize that there's change needed in the world, in our community, in our lives, then the change will happen.
Right. And it's a lot bigger than us, but it's not, these stories is what spotlights it. And that's all we can do is give these people that have been directly impacted a platform to tell their story and to speak their truth.
And my heart is hurting. I appreciate you guys having me tonight. I'm gonna have to jump off.
No problem. Thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate everything you're doing. Justice for Jaheim.
Justice for Jaheim. And I must say, the Leon Block is needed, man. This is a voice. The people need to reach out. Reach out to the Leon Block, you guys, because this is a voice for us. We have it. We have it here. We have it. We have a voice. In the Leon Block, continue to put our voice out there. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. And if you have been directly impacted by police brutality, police misconduct, a police officer involved shooting, directly impacted in any way, shape, or form, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me by email, megkeller.theleonblock@gmail.com, theleonblock@gmail.com. Our number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. If you would like to donate, because, without your donations, this is how we, run. Our Cash App is hashtag the Leon Block, Venmo, the Leon Block IMG. We thank you guys for joining us. Let's take a quick commercial break as we switch lanes a little bit.
Much love and have peace.
Thank you, Tina.
Hey y'all. I just wanted to ask if y'all don't mind if we switch gears real quick. Because I wanted to talk to y'all about, well, sure, Meg, you want to talk about it. We went to see the funeral today. We do have our own pictures that we will put up as well, but these are some official pictures here. So yes, it's still justice for Lou. Meg, would you like to go ahead and talk about it while I go through the photos?
Yes, of course. So Lou Sanchez was a 29-year-old father that lost his life last Monday due to gun violence. The shooter is still out there, and we went to the funeral today. Our hearts are breaking for this family. Amanda, you're in my thoughts and prayers. If there's any way or anything that we can do for you, or you'd like to speak about your son's legacy and life, please don't hesitate to reach out. Lou was an amazing person. It was beautiful, the ceremony that was held in his legacy. But what really concerned me the most was the fact that the police went above and beyond now to protect. But where were they for Ricardo Muniz and for all of these other, situations? I've never went to a funeral that the police was at the door. And to be quite honest with you, as soon as we left, I called my friend that used to be a police officer. And I said, why did it happen like this? Because it looked like they was SWAT. They had a police paddy wagon, a police van that was parked outside of the church, 3 police at the door. I don't know if they thought that there was going to be like some retaliation or if they were trying to arrest like a mass amount of people. I'm not really sure. But it took the spotlight off of what everybody was there for, which was the life and legacy of Lou.
Yeah, I'm about to bring up the photos.
And to give everybody a better idea, we did take photos that you will see momentarily. And you guys give me your opinion. If you've ever seen this before, please educate me. I'm not one for funerals, but I felt like this was something that we needed to do. I knew Lou personally, and he was a great guy. He was a good dad. And this is as you're walking into the church, you see 3 officers. There's 1, 2, and then the 2 are together. And it just makes, and to have the hearse in the background of this picture is just insane to me. Because why aren't they protecting us any other time? Were they protecting us for themselves? Because now it just gave me a lot of questions. So this was held in Lancaster today at was it called Unity Church on Walnut Street? The Methodist Church of Lancaster. It just, I'm speechless, to be quite honest. I wish that they would find the killer and bring the killer to justice. That definitely needs to be done. And the cops need to do their job. The people, the streets shouldn't have to do the jobs for the cops. And until the cops do their jobs, the streets are going to continue to do the jobs of the police. So justice for Lou. Always remembered for sure, the legacy in life. To those that he loved the most. And God be with his family and his kids.
Did you want to end the show with part 1 of Courtney and
Sure, we can do a little sneak peek. This information came earlier in the week from this girl named Courtney off of TikTok, who is from Wisconsin, who married someone, a white man, I believe it was, at a very young age, like 15 years old. She had 2 children, and it was, I guess, just listen to the video to get I don't even know how to throw this at the audience after talking about the heavy things that we've talked about tonight.
Right. Okay.
But justice for Jaheim, justice for Lou, and for all that's still alive.
Hi, my name is Savannah. I am located in Wisconsin. I have a story I kind of wanted to vent about. I was kidnapped at the age of 15 by an older white male that was 25. His whole family is from this little town called Ripon. They treated me like a slave. The whole town did. He kept me in a room, it's like food under my door. I'm 23 now. I ended up having 2 kids with him at the age of 16 and 17. I got out. My 2 kids. The court system, they had a hearing without me, with him being with a minor, and they fined him $500 and didn't even tell me that there was a hearing. They had that hearing when I was 17. I found out when I was 18, and I wrote the judge that ordered that. And I said, hey, I didn't tell my story. He says, well, you were abandoned when you were a kid, and it was consensual, so we're not reopening it. Mind you, like I said, I got the 2 kids. I did a lot of good stuff in the community of Wisconsin, like in different communities. I did walk runs for recovery. I did real estate. I made a good name for myself. Did not get in trouble with the law. Mind you, they suspended my license before I can even get a license. The town of Ripon did, because they said it was truancy, but mind you, I was kidnapped. I got out of the situation. The court ordered him to have the kids every other weekend, pay child support. He owes me almost $30,000 in child support. It's not about the money, no. It's about my son tells me he's being abused. He gives me full-on detail. He gave the police detail. He gave the doctor's detail. He gave CPS. CPS didn't even want to go to the guy's house, and they kept denying the request. I reported to CPS like 6-7 times over the course of years, because he's had them for 2 years and he lives in a shack. I need your support. I'm sticking up for the minorities, the people that were kidnapped, my kids. They're being abused, and now he wants them 50-50 in the court. He knows everybody in the court system, and mind you, they are all family. This needs to go nationwide. Hi, my name is Savannah. I am located in Wisconsin.
Ripon, Wisconsin. Are you listening? This was a young child, 15 years old, whose whole life has been directly impacted at this point due to negligence within the system.
You know what I think of? I think of generational trauma and perpetuation of slave mentality. I think of how this is no different than what we have already endured for 400 plus years, and it hasn't changed. The at the surface, the way it has existed has changed. However, the most simplest form of chattel slavery in its simplest form in America still exists in the deepest pockets and crevices of small town America. Wake up, people. It is still here.
Right.
Let's get some help for this woman. Let's get some help for these kids and stand behind her. Katrin, let's thank you. Let's get Ripon a call.
Right.
The link is in the comments. Let's do something about this, people. Mind you, this is part 1.
There's 3 parts.
She
Everybody's
has
ready.
a story to tell, y'all. And I'm sorry that we had to do it to you. And this is, I'm going to admit I haven't even gotten to part 2 and 3 yet. And so I'm going to watch it with everyone else.
And it's heartbreaking to say the least. And we have reached out to this girl, Savannah, this young woman. If you are listening, we welcome you on the show to tell your story. No matter how hard that is, we want to support you and shed light on everything in between, the corruption to the negligence to CPS not doing their job and standing up for you as a child. We support you, we love you, and we're here for you. You are never alone. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us, theleonblock@gmail.com. We're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We have a phone number listed at the bottom of the screen.
Hey. Leon Block.
Yes.
Do you mind if I play? I'm listening. I'm listening in. Do you mind if I do my devil advocate shit right now?
Yes,
Sure
of course.
thing.
Okay. This woman is based out of Wisconsin. Why haven't we heard about this? Wisconsin is big in the movement right now. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm saying these are stories that we need to know about, that the public need to be putting out. The people that are out here standing for us. Hell, I'm from Wisconsin. I live in Wisconsin. Can you imagine how many people have not heard my story?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm living in Pennsylvania. My strategic or the shit that happened to me happened here in West in Pennsylvania. Why don't nobody know?
Right.
Right.
We
We
as a
have to reach
unit,
those news deserts.
yes, yes, we need to stop watching mainstream media and listen to what the people have to say.
Talk about it.
Right.
Mainstream media is drowning us out. They give us the next story and then move on to the next. We're talking about Deion Sanders right now. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah. See, I don't live in that world.
Yeah, I don't either.
I want y'all. I want all of y'all, or not, because the viewers here already know what's up. But tell your
Yeah,
friends that don't watch. Tell your friends that be watching Fox News. Even I want all sides of the aisle. You know, it's important that we all arm ourselves with knowledge and educate ourselves. There's so many people in this country alone that are walking themselves to the ledge,
Every
blinded eyes. Yeah, and they go willingly. And the thing is, power in numbers again. We've got to shake people up, and sometimes gently. Sometimes it's just leading by example. So, you know, connection. When it bringing this full circle, because we're running out of time, and going back to this woman, um, we are all a village. These are all our children, and I can't help. She's an adult, and she's asking for help for her kids. She directly asked for help to get her kids out of this situation.
And our stories, our testimonies have impact to every single person that hears them.
And you know what? There's power in words. This woman is powerful and she knows it. She's all right. And I'm not knocking the fact that she's vulnerable and she can be vulnerable and be soft and be scared and be all the kinds of things that she deserves to be as well. But I'm pointing out that she was making the awareness about
Her
our
kids.
future. Yes, but our future. It's
Right.
our kids. And what would you do if you were in this situation?
can you
Right.
Would you?
post more
Well,
for
we
us that don't know about this situation? For those of the people that are seeking out to trying to help, there's a lot of people that are out here seeking stories like this and are just benefiting off of it, and the people are not. If anybody should be benefiting off these stories, it should be us. When they make these stories public, us as the people should be benefiting. You know how? Because we're able to reach out to these families. We're able to provide the support that these families need. Not these activists waiting until they hear a story and try to capitalize off of it.
Right.
We, the people, need to know. Yeah, I just, Jontel, if you can make that, Meg, if you can make that more knowledgeable to the people that follow and the people that support, because this is the thing. I'm hearing so many times of people telling me, "Hey, I didn't know about this," but you got people out here supposedly fighting for the cause, and they're reaching 7,000 people, but it's only their benefit. The people are not benefiting from it.
Mhm.
We're not. It's not reaching the masses because the people that are gaining and seeking knowledge from this, not even knowledge, benefit. The people are not getting nothing out of this, and we're the fight. We're the ones that make things like this happen. We're the voters. We're the people. And when these people come in and seek their own benefit and, oh yeah, something's going on with you, let me jump on this and be the first one to say it. That's the shit we need to dismiss. Those
Right.
are the people we need to out. They're making it hard for the people because the only time they step out, if they were real activists, these people would not have to seek them out. They would be seeking them out. they would be seeking them. They know where change is needed in the community. They know where it can be impactful. They know where we need help. Hey, I see something going on in Mississippi. Maybe I should look into that.
Right.
But you got to look into it for the right reasons. These people are looking for their own benefit. And that's where these families are losing at. That's where we as the people are losing. So we need to support that young man in Mississippi, you guys. That young man is standing tall and he has no ulterior motive.
Right.
I've seen him. I've spoke to him. I've felt his heart. I can see me in him. And that's why I need to reach him. We as the people need to reach him. We need to give him the platform that he needs, you guys, so he can speak and bring justice for this family. I know I'm off subject, you guys. It's been one hell of a night for me. Man, the Leon Block has provided so much. You guys, man, y'all amazing. Y'all are amazing. And y'all keep going, man. Y'all, the people need you guys, man. They need y'all, man.
Let's go on and wrap it down, y'all. Just remind y'all can check out more about from Savannah and her story, and more about how you can help her and her family out through going to her TikTok. And thank you, Katie, for the link to giving Ripon Wisconsin Borough City Council a call and letting them know how you feel about a business owner of theirs that resides in their town. Also, tonight at midnight Eastern Standard Time, we will be live with Day One, poet, lyricist, host of the podcast The Rendezvous, and born and raised Philly activist and advocate for social justice and civil rights, will be with us tonight to just shoot the shit. It's been a few months since he's been on the show, and we'll probably talk music, gun violence, Philly, and all the good stuff that we've gotten into before. So definitely stay tuned for that. It should be a pretty juicy talk. Appreciate y'all always. And Meg, thank you as usual for having me on your show. And thank you for being an amazing voice on the Leon Block Independent Media.
My pleasure, as always. Thank you. I appreciate you. Everybody have a good night, guys.
Just remember to love yourself. Love yourself and love yourself. And don't forget to have peace. Thank y'all. Peace.